in U.S. government?
Well, for the better humanity of our future, we need big capital to invest into the project.
Big capital.
You know, we cannot do it with a small money. We have to do the big investment for the good of humanity.
And it creates jobs.
Yeah, create lots of jobs.
Larry, why on this day one do you think you decided to do this? I assume you've been working on it for a long time.
We have been working on it for a long time. The first data centers are actually under construction in Texas already, and we'll be turning them over to Sam to start training their next model. The data center we already built, it was the largest computer ever built. The data center building will surpass it and be the largest computer ever built, which
I was earlier, Golden Coin asked me about Stargate, and I was way off on some other tangent. And I had briefly heard about it, but I had to stop and look it up today. And this is my third video watching it. I put up a disclaimer. Hey, Robert, it's good to see you. So the video in the chat room is the one that's up on the screen. So what is... Am I allowed to speak my mind? Well, this is HTV, Holly Television. What exactly is that? Oh my goodness. Am I looking at aliens in human bodies? Or just, I don't know, someone who's light in the feet, however that saying goes. Just, who are these people? Now, they need to generate a lot of power. It seems that we have pyramids all over the world, even down in Antarctica, before it was frozen over. And those pyramids generated a lot of energy, right? Hey, Mountain Man, it's good to see you. So we also got ourselves in trouble at Babylon, right? Like, I love listening to the Bible, and then I say, Abba, please give me the atmosphere in the background, and like, I'll listen and play it out in my mind's eye, in my head, like a movie. And so I caught that we need a lot of power for something. What exactly do we need that power for? Now, in deep underground military bases, Project Stargate was remote viewing. Hi, Joe. It was about remote viewing, leaving your body, seeing other locations. So while you're nice and comfy in a chair, one of the easier projects of the MK Ultra projects was Stargate. They had it easy peasy. There was no trauma or torture for them. Anyway, all they had to do was leave their body and remote view or astral travel, astral project to a different place. From Project Mannequin, which that's about the human experimentation. It gets into the DNA manipulation, the gene splicing that was used in my creation. Plus, I tried to expose transhumanism because they operated on us kids and they did something to our bones to strengthen it. But they also, anyway, that's deep underground military bases. And what I'm exposing is extreme. There's not many people like me specifically. There are other MK Ultra slaves, and you could have a Manchurian candidate. You could have a shooter. You could have somebody used as a journalist, but they sleep with the other person to get information. And then through those soul ties, you can actually tell a lot about a person. Did you ever see that movie, Inception? Was Leonardo DiCaprio in Inception, about the movie, The Dreams? Okay, for someone like me, that is absolutely very real. Now, I come from Project Seagate in the Dumbs. So we actually did the rough work. We walked through the Seagate. And a Seagate is a gate, but it's on the ocean floor. A Stargate is a gate, but it's on top of the land. I don't know how many there are. I heard on the internet, I don't know if it's true or not, I have no idea. I heard other people on the internet say that there's like 40 something stargates and 3 sea gates. I don't know if it's true or not. You got to do your own research on that. I don't. So I'm from Project Seagate. So we actually walk through the gate. For lack of better terms, if you ever saw that movie from the 80s, Stargate, where they walk through it, it's something like that. But again, we're using the silver cord to go through that gate. I remember my body was safe and sound in the dumbs, but I left my body and walked through the gate. Oh, in case you're wondering, that's my Rumble. He's rumbling. He's just so cute. I love him. He's my fat cat, my 2-ton tumble rumble. Yes. He doesn't purr, he rumbles. I had to rumble him to give him a home. Yeah, he was a feisty one. Rumble him to feed him. Anyway, so you guys just have to get used to that. So he wants attention right now. What are you doing? I should turn down the speaker. What was I saying? Okay, so the Stargate. So in the Dumbs Project Stargate, I was used as a super soldier. So basically, I had supernatural abilities and they turned me into a soldier. But Stargate was when they remote viewed. Like they remote viewed different locations. Project Seagate was we actually walked through the gate. And I exposed black operations, which is a part of the military that the public does not know about. Most of the kids that I was trafficked with have already been terminated. There's only a couple left. Most of them are dead. And my testimony has been stolen a lot. Even by people that call themselves my friends. They've stolen my testimony. It's happened often. I was going to run this video on Facebook. I recently put all my stuff on just friends only. I don't have anything public. I would like to have my drawings and testimony public, but I'm going through something right now, and that's why I'm doing these things that are out of character for me, like putting my stuff on friends only. But my videos are still here. We can sit and talk to each other right now. So this Stargate comes along, and I heard about it briefly the other night, but today I was watching it and I'm looking at these 3 people. I'm sure they've got more money than God and they can make these deals work and make it happen. It seems like Trump's putting together his dream team. I hate to say it like that, but I mean, think about it. It's like the guy's picking whoever he wants. So let's listen to this video. I listened to a couple videos before, and what stuck out to me was they need that one other guy to help them generate a ton of power. What do they need a ton of power for? Like, I mean, why don't we just go up to Alaska and strike up that big black pyramid that's supposed to be the most powerful pyramid of the world, and we'll have a lot of energy, or already they doing that? Or what about all that advanced alien technology down in Antarctica? There is advanced alien, meaning fallen angel, now repackaged as alien or ancient astronaut ancestor, which is a bunch of hooey-fooey. Hey, Candace, it's good to see you, honey. So this whole Project Stargate that Trump is coming out with, I had to look into it. Thank you, Golden Coin. Wherever that golden coin shall be, I love my golden coin. And the fish that brought me the golden coin. Yes, I eat the fish. But when you slay the ancient evil serpent dragon and you feed it to us for dinner, can you make it taste like Alaskan king crab legs, please? Because they're so scrumptious. Yes. Rumble's right there. What are you doing? He's like, pet me. Who are those people? Get them out of my furry face. Just pet my head. Pet me. I think he's been hit by a couple of cars in his day because his body looks like he's had some broken bones when he walks. So I just make sure I don't really touch the rest of his body. He does not seem to like it. He'll let me brush him, but he hates the black brush, likes the white one. I don't know. I found that out the hard way. Apparently, the animals see color. Because Keeper, my dog, she always knew the green frog from the other animals. And she always went for green. I think she liked the color green. So anyway, I'm off on a tangent. Hey, Renee, it's great to see you. So getting back to the Project Seagate that Trump's talking about. My experience, Holly, one of my aunties did the same. That sucks, doesn't it? Proper name for it was what I had to do with shamanism. Was fan going other places. Yeah. Okay, so let's listen. Ooh. Oh, that's why I had it so loud. You're gonna hear.
In Texas already, and
I have a
turning them
disclaimer
over to
up.
Sam to start training their next model. The data center we already built, it was the largest computer ever built. The data center we're building will
Like alfalfa.
surpass it and be the largest computer ever built.
I
which
used to have
enables
buck
this AI,
teeth, but my grandma
will
got
allow
braces. All right, I'm gonna
personalized
shut up and
medicine.
listen to this.
This is going to
You
touch all of
listening?
us. Yes, it takes a huge investment.
Hey, Bonnie, we're listening about this Project Stargate. I want to know what exactly they need a ton of power for. I want this one other guy to talk. I don't know. To me, those three dudes, the big investors, they kind of look like aliens in male bodies. Can I tell you? Can I show you something? I did this on Facebook, and now no one can ever unsee it. Let me do it to you. Wait, I gotta put two things. Wait a minute. JD Vance. I like JD Vance. I do. No, I'm not playing with your butt. Rumble's very touchy. All right. You're never going to be able to unsee this, but before we get started, all I have to say is I get to be Princess Leia. I saw it first. I see what's happening with Trump putting together his dream team. I'm calling it. I get to be Princess Leia. Okay. We're officially living in the movie of Star Wars. I get to be Princess Leia. Yes, I do. Now, what's funny about that is when I took martial arts, there were a couple of times that one of the kids and his dad taking the class, they're like, you look like Princess Leia. So I'd wear my hair in buns and they got a kick out of it. But the thing is I couldn't train in buns because like when we would do the rolls and whatnot, I couldn't. I needed the sides of my head free. So anyway, I get to be Princess Leia, and now you can never unsee that. I definitely think we're living in a Star Wars movie, especially now after this $500 billion deal. Shall we keep listening? Because I'm trying to get myself informed here. Enough of Star Wars.
But the result of the investment will be vaccines that prevent cancers, personalized medicine, where we never again run into a problem like COVID-19 before, because we get an early warning. We know when COVID starts, when there are a handful of patients, rather than having to wait until it's become.
They're going to turn you guys into a bunch of
This is a very large
zombies.
that affects all of humanity.
Hey,
Can I ask the three of you just really quickly to get
Hey.
a sense of where you see the
don't you
economy?
bite me.
There seems to be this optimism, or like the yoke is being released as far as regulation and business to flourish. Is that fair? Is that a fair assessment?
Like, how much power do they need for this artificial intelligence? Like, I gotta shut up a minute, okay? I got so many questions, and these videos are not answering it for me, okay? They're just not. What are they powering up that they need so much energy for? Tell me more about that, because that is like, and then another thing that sticks out to me is they said backed by Oracle. You know what Oracle is? That's like, isn't that an oracle when somebody has like psychic abilities and they can tell predictions? So this thing is backed by Oracle. So they want to get enough energy to run what, all of these super quantum computers and CERN and power up more stuff. Like, what could they possibly need? I'll try to shut up and listen.
Is that a fair assessment? How do you see it?
I think so.
This is the beginning of golden age. You know, America will be great again.
You're using the president's words. He's got you.
Yes.
You said you were going to invest, 100 billion. He said come back with 200 billion.
The thing about Musk is you can always negotiate him up.
You got to get him up. Now you're.
Hi, Melvin.
Yes.
And you think more's coming?
Yes.
Gentlemen, thank you for standing
I-
out in the cold.
I wanna hear
look
more
forward to
about-
seeing what you all produce. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Because apparently he's the money
Subscribe
guy.
to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.
Was this the one I watched? I love this channel. He's such a cute guy. I think that's why I like the channel so much, is because he's so cute.
Nice to see you.
Why, thank you. Nice to be seen.
Well, thank you very much, and it's an honor to be here today. We have first full day. My friend Masa Yoshi-san, and CEO
Hang
of
on.
Degeneration, and that will.
Been working with OpenAI for a while and with Masa for a while. The
This
data
is
centers
sick
are
what
actually
this
under
guy wants to
construction.
do.
Most of them are under construction in Texas. Each building's 500,000 square feet. There are 10 buildings currently being built, but that will expand to 20 and other locations beyond the Abilene
I don't know,
location,
Candace.
which is our first location.
I'd have to
The
listen
kind
to
of
it.
applications that we're building, to give you an idea, maybe the most charismatic and the one that I think touches us all is electronic health records.
No,
Not just maintaining electronic health records.
no, you don't need to be coursing through my veins. Okay? No, dude.
Condition of their patients and being able to provide healthcare plans that are much better than the.
Nobody ever gets cured by your healthcare plans. We used to, not anymore, like maybe 300 years ago, back when we had natural cures and still used them.
At Stanford would treat the patient. We actually provide
Wait,
all of
go
that
back.
information, all of that guidance to
Right
the
there,
doctors,
didn't
doctors
Stanford like,
treating cancer patients.
I need to shut up too for a minute, because Stanford used to like,
Indian
abuse their patients. Why are you biting me? I'm trying to shut up, but
charismatic and the one that
why are you biting me?
Is
ow, okay, get down.
electronic health records.
Get down.
Not just maintaining electronic
Stop.
health records, but by
Rumble.
electronic health records, understanding the condition of the doctors, better understanding the condition of their patients, and being able to
Darn it.
provide healthcare plans that are much better than they otherwise would be.
You're mean.
Indian River.
I'm not playing with you. You're mean.
would be able to see how a doctor
He
at
bit me
Memorial
again.
Sloan Kettering would
Silly.
treat the patient,
Mean.
or
He
or a
meanie.
doctor at Stanford would treat the patient. We actually provide all of that information, all of that guidance to the doctor.
And he swatted at
treating
me.
cancer patients or patients with any other kind of disease, made possible by AI. I'm going to pass it to Masa, but this is a very exciting program.
I was only
for
petting him on the
patients.
head. He probably wants a thing of his wet food. I didn't give him one yet.
That's good. That's great. I feel told.
Your cat too. This guy. All right,
Thank you. Well,
Hang
Mr.
on.
President,
I'm taking off my shoes.
last month I came to celebrate your winning and promised that we will invest $100 billion. And you told me, oh, Masa, go for 200.
Yeah.
Happened, we would immediately start deploying $100 billion.
Immediately.
$500 billion.
Deploy it over here.
Within next
I'm
4
open.
years, within your time. Right? Because of your success. So we are very, very excited to do this. And our partners.
See you later, Robert.
OpenAI, Oracle, and additionally investing partner with MGX. On top of that, we have the technology partner NVIDIA. And of course, Microsoft has been very, very supportive.
Guys, hang on a second. I got to pick this up. Don't go anywhere. Sorry about that. I had to take that call. I didn't know if like something happened, if she needed something, or she's having a heart attack over her light bill. All right. Now, Trump is Trump. Trump's not the Antichrist. I get sick and tired of people calling him the Antichrist too, because he is Trump. Just like I am Ali. However, we leave ourselves open to spiritual forces. And there's things like demonic possession. And there's people, on Inauguration Day, the Scottish Rite was summoning up Osiris's spirit out from the underworld. And they're hoping that one president it sticks with. So, you may not take spiritual warfare seriously, but these people do. They take their gods and goddesses very seriously, and they sacrifice people to them. My hand's after my cat, and he plays with me. Yeah, I can't play with him. He's the reason why toys are on the end of a stick, because he's a big cat. He's like twice the size of Sava. I know what he's looking for, what he wants. He wants the laser. If you don't go, you go first. I'll feed you, but don't you swamp me. I'm telling you. He went first. Oh, now you're begging. Oh, you can stand up on your hind legs like a human being. Oh, now you're going to be a good kitty. And my boot. Yeah, because you're a fat cat. You eat a ton of food you're not supposed to. And I got to stop feeding it to you. Because you eat too much. Fat cat. I should be eating. You should be feeding me, Rumble. I clean out your shite box every day. You should be feeding me. I wish I could go skiing with you, Renee. That would have been fun. All right. So this Project Stargate that Trump has, I want to know more. What exactly is going on? Because there's so much they're not telling us. And when I was watching this, it struck me.
Supportive to Sam and continue to support all our success. This is not just for business. As Larry said, this will help people's life. This will help solving many, many issues, difficult things that
No.
otherwise we could not have solved with the power of AI. I think
No.
AGI is coming very, very soon. And then
Yo, dude, let me introduce you to Yahuwah. Hey, Joe. Thank you. Actually, I was going to take a picture for you earlier when I first got out of the shower because it was really curly. It like kinks up and gets short, but the length of it weighs it down. So, like, it does turn it wavy. That's why I'm growing it back out. And it's been taking me years too. I feel like Samson in the Bible. Once my hair grows back, it should be in another year or two. I'm ripping down pillars. I need my hair to grow back, though. I know that sounds funny, but I need it to grow back because when my cat ate it, boy, I was devastated. But anyway, yo, dude, let me introduce you to Yahusha, my golden bow, because you have not. Okay. My Yahuwah has all the answers, and you don't need $500 billion for the answers. Okay, dude, you really don't. I should like, here. You're wrong. You need to be introduced to Yahuwah. What's wrong with you that you haven't thought of that sooner? Because his $500 billion is his king. Yeah, my hair is definitely curly. When it's short, it just kinks up too. That's why I like it long. I like wearing it straight too, but it calmed down a lot since the shower. So, all right, let's listen to what this guy keeps saying.
after that, that's
He's already pissing me off.
not the goal. After that, artificial super intelligence will come to solve the issues that
For a while.
mankind would never ever have thought that we could solve.
Yeah, for a while.
Well, this is the beginning of our golden age. Thank you very much.
His golden age. Golden age. Golden age.
I don't have too much to add, but I did want to say I'm thrilled we get to do this in the United States of America. I think this will be the most important project of this era. And as Masa said, for AGI to get built here,
So
to create
that's
hundreds of thousands of jobs, to create a new industry centered here. We wouldn't be able to do this without you, Mr. President. And I'm thrilled that we get to. I think it'll be an exciting
Philip.
project. I think we'll be able to do all of the wonderful things that these guys talked about. But the fact that we get to do this in the United States is I think, wonderful. So thank you very much.
Could you just say one word? I hear so many positive things about what it's going to do for medical research and for solving things, cancer and all the different problems. How will AI help us with the fight against the various problems, diseases, etc.?
it won't. It'll make it worse.
These guys can maybe share more about some of the work they're doing there.
No, I
think
shared it in
they'll
one
maybe be some of the
sentence.
leaders about driving progress here, but I believe that as this technology progresses, we will see diseases get cured at an unprecedented rate. We will
Just
be
go to
amazed at how quickly we're
Yahusha.
curing this cancer and that one and heart disease, and what this will do for the ability to deliver very high quality healthcare, the costs, but really to cure the diseases at a rapid rate. I think will be
I'm Humboldt Mountain,
among
man.
the most
We're good
important
friends.
things
I
this technology
appreciate
does.
your friendship.
Good. Very good. Thank you, Fred.
So we're currently working on.
Oh, you again.
Okay. All right. No. I'm not that tall. I'm not that tall. Thank you, Mr. President. One of the most
Little bit light
exciting
in
things
the
we're
feet there,
working on,
buddy.
using the tools that Sam and Masa are providing, is a cancer vaccine. It's very
Oh,
interesting.
jeez.
It turns out, I'll be quick, all of our cancers, cancer tumors, little fragments of those tumors float around in your blood. So you can do early cancer detection. If you can do it using AI, you can do early cancer detection with a blood test. And using AI to look at the blood test, you can find
What, 'cause you
the
can't look
cancers
at
that are
it
actually
yourself?
seriously threatening the person. So we can, again, cancer
If you
diagnosis.
can't do it now,
using
you're not
AI
going to
as
be
the
able to
promise of
do it
just
with
being a simple
AI.
blood test. Then beyond that, once we
You're going to mess things up more beyond that.
Cancer tumor, you can then vaccinate the person, design a vaccine for every individual person to vaccinate
I would
them
never
against
let
that
you
cancer.
I would never let
And
you
you
be
can
my doctor,
make
let alone
that
check my
vaccine,
breathing or
that
heart.
mRNA vaccine, you can make that robotically, again, using AI in about 48 hours. So imagine early cancer detection, the development of a cancer vaccine for your particular cancer.
We should have that by now. And you know what?
have that
Hundreds of
vaccine
years ago, we
available in
had the
48 hours.
cures to
This is
cancer,
the
but
promise
you
of
guys
AI
took it
and the
off the
promise
market
of the
because you
future.
guys want us to buy your stupid pharmaceuticals and keep us sick. That's why you look so funky and phony.
Yeah, just 1 second, and we'll finish up. But these are highly respected guys. I always
By
talk about
who?
it because I don't
Not
know a guy
me.
who does this stuff. You did a very good job for a guy that doesn't do it much.
No, don't listen
he's
to
so
President
respected,
Trump.
and,
You did a
the growth-
rotten job.
And it's
You could have
really,
done better with
but,
the 500 billion.
for Larry.
So there was a part where they wanted to use a bunch of energy. Did I talk through that part? Probably talk through it. Well, so welcome to the beginning of the New World Order. What are you guys going to cook for me for dinner? What are you feeding me? Taking me out to eat? Where are you taking me? I'm telling you, don't do it. Come on, I was nice to you. I love you. It's not my fault if you don't like the wet food I gave you. I gave it to you. You should eat it. Yes. Oh, geez, my refrigerator did not close fully. Uh-oh. Oh, gosh almighty. I do not feel like cooking again. You know what I want to get that I forgot at the store is ragu sauce and mozzarella cheese, regular mozzarella cheese. I want to make chicken parmesan. Like slow cook the chicken in the tomato sauce and then add mozzarella cheese on top. I used to have a slow cooker. I have a big fat crock pot, but that's a little bit too big for a small piece of chicken. I have a pressure cooker, but I'm not big on these pressure cookers, and they don't really make a lot of sense to me. I don't feel like cooking. I could finish my shake, which would be ideal, but I don't feel like. $4.25. Do I have to put it directly on wrap? Bake until cheese is melted. I probably got like the worst thing possible to eat, but I just grabbed something. I should have gotten Stouffer's pizza and not Elio's. So, you know what's disturbing is when people steal another person's testimony, and it's happened to me quite often over the past 10 years. And it's really frustrating. There's a lot of cheese on all of this. So recently, I was going to do a video on Facebook, and I should. It's probably not good that I put everything on private because I had a lot of videos up and I wanted to keep them public. I guess I could always go back through Facebook, but I post so much crap crap up on Facebook. It's too difficult to go through, but I want my videos and drawings and broadcasts public. Anyway, so with Safi and then Shelly and Allie and a few other people on Facebook who did steal my testimony, I should have stood up to them a lot sooner. I should have stood up to them right when it happened and said, you stole that from me. I can tell. I just spoke about that. Yes, I just spoke about that today on YouTube. Or I just spoke about that yesterday on YouTube. You're stealing that from me. You're stealing my preaching. Like, you're stealing what I'm saying when it comes to my preaching, because I'm an actual ordained minister. I know what I'm talking about. I went through the ordination ceremony and everything. I was not only touched by the hand of Yahuwah, but 7 people, including myself, went before Yahuwah to ordain me in my spiritual gifts in Yahusha's name. So that ceremony for ordination is just as important as a marriage ceremony, a baptism ceremony, or anything else. So don't ever let somebody go, oh, I'm ordained by the hand of God directly. Yeah, so am I. And if you're ordained by the hand of God directly, it will always manifest. And mine manifested, and I had the ordination ceremony, got a certificate, and I carry clergy credentials around with me in my wallet. And no, it does not work to get you out of a speed limit. And you should, speeding ticket, and you should never use it for such. I remember some of the congregants of the ministry who ordained me told me how they use their ordainment, their clergy card, to get out of speeding tickets. I don't know if I did that. I'm sure the cop would write me up harder. But why use that to get out of speeding tickets? I think that's a really crappy thing. I don't think you should be ordained if that's what you're doing with your clergy credentials. You know what I forgot too? These things. So that Project Stargate, what are they powering up exactly? Like, I guess what for these for artificial intelligence, what they use these quantum computers, which they can run the zeros and ones at the same time. But I think the thing is these quantum computers, they use a little bit of dark matter in them, and they have to keep the computers themselves like at a extremely cold temperature. And it takes a lot of power and energy to keep everything consistently cold and at this freezing temperature, to keep this little piece of dark matter inside the computer cold enough so it doesn't explode, to run the computer so they can boost up artificial intelligence. I think that's what it is. 38 minutes. Thank you, Abba. I love you. That's what it is. I think that's what it is. Why they're doing this $500 billion deal is because I think these quantum computers that run the zeros and ones at the same time, they use a piece of dark matter in them. And you got to keep that stuff cold. Otherwise, it becomes extremely unstable and it'll go boom, boom, and take out a lot of stuff with it. Where's golden coin when you need them? And that's what it is. And they're going to need a lot of money and a lot of power to keep these computers cold and running. Maybe I should like put this in a bowl or something, in a cup. Oh, yeah. We're definitely living in Star Wars now, alrighty then. D-Wave super quantum computers, dark matter, Ewoks. We are definitely living in Star Wars. It's all over now for us. Sadly, though, Scotty's not going to beam us up. And if he tries to, I'm going to shoot him. I'm going to blast him out of the sky. Scotty better leave me alone. No, I'm not kidding. Listen, I hear Yahushua HaMashiach is returning here to the earth. So I'm keeping my feet firmly planted here on the earth. I'm not going anywhere else. There's no place else for me to go. And if he's returning here, I ain't going anywhere else. There's no place for me on Mars, okay? Or you, for that matter. And all that is a different dimension. Story anyone else is jealous or envious and looking for sympathy from others for earthly pats on the back instead of a godly blessing. Since I do not have any kids, I can't say, Luke, I'm your father. Stepdad, maybe. Luke, I am your father. I remember saying that in a fan. Luke, I am your father. All right, I didn't even put water on, did I? No. So, I should give the kitty shrimp. I'm so hungry. I'm starving. I'm getting my appetite back, which is good. But now that I'm hungry, like, I think I might be able to eat. But I don't want to have my chocolate shake. I love it. I just don't want to have it right now. Well, it's just, I think it's really sick when people try to say that they are MK Ultra and they never went through it. Like, I understand people have had an abusive family, and that's enough to rip a person apart. That's enough for an altar to be created in anyone. You know, some people can handle pain, some can't, depending on the person. I know people where they went through such a bad divorce that an altar split off, and that was over a divorce. So, you know, a death in the family, a bad accident, these are all things that can traumatize a person really bad and cause someone to be dissociative identity disorder or have multiple personalities, or it could be something where you have a case of post-traumatic stress disorder where you have the fight or flight. No alters, it's just the PTSD. It varies with each person. I mean, I've met people of all backgrounds. I met somebody who believes that they were programmed for about a month to be a sharpshooter. I've met people from, I've met combat vets that have gone through similar things that I've gone through. When I give you that part of my testimony about when we were sent over to Peru and over to the jungle to get rid of things that don't belong here on the earth. And then you have combat vets that recently, about a decade or so ago, had confrontations with the Afghani giant. I met a couple of Marines that think that they were possibly approached for these MK Ultra projects. But it would be like Marines and combat vets. Navy, you guys, I just think that you're automatically used as guinea pigs. They're always injecting stuff into you, whether you want them to or not. But what I expose, I mean, I can tell you about Buckingham Palace. There was a man and woman at Buckingham Palace that tortured us kids. They beat us. I went through a human hunting party. They trafficked me on a commercial airliner. For the life of me, I could not figure out how come the flight attendants and the airport could not figure out that I was not this guy's child. We didn't even have the same accents. I didn't even look like him at all. You know, on other occasions, black operations came into my house and took me out. Or I was triggered and brought out. But then they would return me. If I was gone for long bouts of time, I was told that a clone was left in my place. And I was such a sick kid growing up that a clone could have been passed off. Because, you know, when I'd get sick, I'd turn pale and green and have asthma attacks and be in bed and be vomiting and just so sick. But I went through I was born into these projects. There's not a lot of people that have gone through these projects and come out the other side. And, you know, when people like Safi and Shelly and Allie and some of their friends come along pretending to be victims themselves, it's very disheartening to me, who is a real survivor, and it pisses me off. And why would you fake going through something like that? That's sick and disgusting right there, to fake something like that. I didn't leave it in too long, actually. I'll leave that open and heat my kitchen up because that window's falling down again. I can't believe how much my heating bill is. It's like $500. Anyway, I'm going to get $5. So cannot forget the salt. I'm going to use table salt. So I would not have to hear him scream. Wow. Yeah, so like, you know, I get people have had hard lives. I have friends that I've met that were raped, had abusive boyfriends, had to escape abusive boyfriends. I get that. That's traumatizing. It's terrible. I don't underestimate any of that. And some of that takes a lifetime to get over. And some of it does not hurt until you're older. It didn't bother you when you're young, but now that you're older, it does. So I get that. But when someone is mentally ill and they don't want to be honest with you to say, hey, I'm mentally ill, and they turn around saying that they're MK Ultra and they're sitting on their ass living off of daddy's trust, because they are sick. I know a couple of people like that. Like, it gets frustrating. You get people like Shelly and Allie that are pathological liars and they just mucky the waters, and they're getting all the prayers and friendships, and the real survivors are left out in the cold. And all the information, like, I wish I could get up on the panel with Mr. King World while he's playing Allie's shows and be like, pause here. I don't know what she's talking about. I have a personal experience I can tell you about. But like, I give you the full experience, and I can tell you who they is that did it and where I was. Sometimes it was a big group of kids, and sometimes it was only 4 or 5 of us. A big group of kids being like 20, 25, maybe 30. But I went through certain human experimentation projects where Adolf Hitler was backbreeding to the alien Aryan race. And, well, he was successful. And he was also successful with life extension. So that's what I'm trying to expose. But, you know, you listen to people like Safi, Shelly, and Allie, and you think that it's happened to everybody. Or you get these other people, oh, well, I've been on the internet for 4 years, and now I'm just having memories. And Holly, you were really in the dumps. I wasn't really there, but I was still programmed by Joseph Mengele. No, you weren't. Or you get the other person, well, I don't have memories, but I know I was there. Listen, if you were there, you would have memories. The fact you don't means you weren't there, and you should be happy you weren't instead of trying to be. Like, why would you try to be there? Just because you and I might have similar demonic attacks, or just because we might have had similar experiences, like you've had similar experiences that I've had, does not mean that you went through the dumps like I did. It just means we had a similar experience. That's it. Like, if you had a demonic attack the other night and it was similar to mine, it does not mean that you went through the dumps. It just means we had a similar demonic attack. Now, I know a lot of people are hurting, but stop saying that you're trafficked. You know, just be honest. Say you had a crappy family life. Say you have a mental illness. Say you have some physical handicap, but don't turn it into a bunch of lies. Can't stand that. Or people running around pretending to act like they know. That's just as disturbing too. Oh, well, I'm about saving the children, and I catch pedophiles online all the time. Oh, really? Tell me about it. Oh, well, there's this one time like 10 years ago, I bumped into this pedophile online, and I called the cops on him. And you consider that saving the kids. All right. And it's really frustrating. And you get people like that other woman, Debbie, totally mentally sick, but she steals parts of my Montauk testimony and then gets online running around telling everybody that she's a survivor. No, she's not. She can't give you any stories. Oh, I remember the kids in a cage. And go on. Oh, well, I just remember the kids in a cage. All right, you weren't there. I can tell you weren't there. Listen, if you were really in the dumps and you really went through that stuff, I'd be able to tell. Because it takes a survivor to know a survivor. I'm a victim who overcame all of my traumas and tortures to be a survivor. And if somebody's actually MK Ultra mind controlled from deep underground military bases, if somebody's been put through a cult, if somebody's actually been exposed to Freemasons, and what they do to victims, I'll be able to identify you as a victim by what you say and how you say it. But all this stuff with Shelly and Allie and Safi even, they don't give you their real names or their faces. Come on now. Come on now. Neither does QAnon. Don't trust anybody that doesn't give you their face and their name. Why would you? Or they give you a different face and name. Don't trust people that are like that. Don't be stupid and gullible like me. Learn from my mistakes. Seriously, learn from my mistakes. I made enough mistakes for you and me both to last about 50 lifetimes. So just don't make the same mistakes I did. Don't trust people like that. I mean, if somebody, hey, Blazin' and Victory, if somebody's really a victim, you rely on Yahuwah and he'll let you know. And a lot of these people, you can just tell, like, everything Allie says is just a lie. It's like, what the hell is she talking about? Oh, do you remember that story where there were hundreds, thousands of penises? You know, like you just take a banana and peel it? No, you didn't hear about that story? Well, what's wrong with you? Oh, did you hear about the other story about all the babies' heads chopped off? Yeah, you wouldn't want that to be your child, would you? You didn't hear about that story either? What are you doing helping the kids? And that's Allie. I don't know how people watched her. I couldn't watch her back in 2020. I should have called her back out then. I should have called Safi out too when Safi started coming in my chat room 2 years after knowing her. Oh, I'm a created human too. We're created too. No, you're not. And you never started with this we stuff until you saw me talking about my altars. Then you jumped on board and started doing the same. Not even on board. You started jumping on my coattails and mimicking everything I said. Everything about the altars. Even my relationship with my golden bow. See you later, Mountain Man. Yeah, I get mad at that. I'm sorry. I get mad at that. People lying about being MK'd, SRA'd, and DID. People lie about being celebrities' kids. People lying about being trafficked to Russia, and they lie about being trafficked to Buckingham Palace, and you can tell by their testimony about Buckingham Palace when it comes to Allie that she's absolutely lying. She's just throwing out names. She doesn't know what it was like to be there. I do. If you listen to my testimony, and if you listen to Jeanette Archer from the UK, you'll hear about Buckingham Palace. But don't let Allie and Shelley and Safi and people like that see the testimony, because then they're going to start stealing that woman's testimony. Hi, Angel. I hope you feel better. I'm still kind of nursing myself back to health. Panic and anxiety suck. I don't even feel like eating this. Well, thanks for being my dinner date. Nah, I hate dates. They always made me so nervous. You knew that was the only time that the guy was ever going to be on their best behavior was the very first date. So you know the first date's always a lie. But yeah, I don't know what Ellie and Shelley are talking about, and they should be ashamed of themselves. No, they don't. They do not stem from lack of control. They stem from somebody treating me really terrible and put me in that condition. And I'm not giving details. I'm going to stop it right there. So I disagree with you. That's not true. That doesn't even make sense. I do. Thank you. I think I lost a little bit of weight too. Because the past week I didn't eat because of the situations going on the home front. And there was somebody around here pulling stunts on me that caused the panic and anxiety. The police had to get involved on 2 separate occasions, so it was not me. Wasn't me. It wasn't the lack of my control. Maybe on the other person's behalf, but not mine. So, whatever. I'm not playing victimhood. You seem like one of those people that even if you were face to face with a real victim, you still wouldn't listen to them anyway. You'd still blame them. Oh, you were a skirt. You asked for the rape. That's the type of person you sound like to me, Lieutenant Durant, to be honest with you. I need a drink. And I'm not done telling you that I don't like you. I'm not playing victim. My testimony's been stolen and people have done something wrong to me, and I'm speaking up about an injustice done to me, and you're trying to say that I'm playing victimhood? Can you just get out of my chat? No, like really. And it could be your title too, that I don't like. And given that I was put through human hunting parties and you weren't, I don't have any victim mentality over it. No, you just come in to gaslight me. Now will you be on your way out? Well, anyway, guys, I'll see you later. Angel, it was good to see you. Victory. Everyone, Yahusha blessings, and I will come back and talk to you later.